What if I told you that a routine game ball decision just triggered one of the wildest conspiracy theories in Cleveland sports this year? Yeah, you heard that right. The Browns finally got a win, the defense dominated, the rookie quarterback looked promising, and somehow we're all sitting here debating whether the coaching staff is secretly sabotaging their own player. Welcome to the NFL in 2025, where nothing is ever just what it seems and every single decision gets dissected like we're solving some kind of football mystery. But here's the thing, after digging into this mess, after looking at the facts and cutting through all the noise, I'm going to show you exactly why this entire controversy is completely manufactured drama. And honestly, it reveals something way more interesting about how we consume sports in the social media age. Let's set the scene. Last Sunday, the Cleveland Browns finally got back in the win column against the Las Vegas Raiders. It wasn't pretty at times, but it was effective. The defense played lights out, absolutely suffocating Vegas on nearly every possession. And making his first career start under center was rookie quarterback Shedeur, who showed flashes of exactly why this organization invested in him. He made smart decisions, didn't turn the ball over, and did enough to help Cleveland secure the victory. For Browns fans starving for something positive to hold on to this season, this game felt like a glimpse of hope. Like maybe, just maybe, we're building towards something sustainable here. After the game, head coach Kevin Stefanski did what coaches do. He awarded a game ball. Pretty standard stuff, right? Well, he gave it to Myles Garrett, the absolute monster on the defensive line, who just broke the franchise's all-time sack record. A historic achievement for one of the best defensive players in football, and arguably the face of this franchise. You'd think everyone would be celebrating that moment, right? Wrong. Almost immediately, social media exploded with people asking why Shedeur didn't get the game ball. The takes started flying. The conspiracy theories started brewing. And before you know it, we've got a full-blown controversy that people are calling Game Ball Gate. I'm not making that up. That's actually what it's being called. Now here's where it gets wild. Some fans and social media personalities started suggesting that Stefanski and the coaching staff might be intentionally undermining Sanders. That there's some kind of hidden agenda to make him fail. That by not giving him the game ball after his first start, they're sending a message that they don't believe in him. The theories got darker and more elaborate from there, with people connecting dots that frankly don't exist. And look, I get it. Browns fans have been through a lot. Decades of disappointment will make you suspicious of everything. But this is where we need to pump the brakes and actually look at what's really happening here. Mary Kay Cabot, one of the most respected Browns beat reporters who's been covering this team longer than most of us have been watching football, immediately stepped in to provide some much-needed context. And what she pointed out is absolutely crucial to understanding why this entire controversy is nonsense. Stefanski has a very consistent pattern with how he awards game balls. It's not random. It's not political. It's based on historic achievements and exceptional team milestones. Let me give you a perfect example. After the Browns beat Miami earlier this season, another rookie quarterback, Dillon Gabriel, led the team to victory in his start. Guess what? He didn't get the game ball either. Instead, Stefanski recognized defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz for his outstanding game plan and Joel Bitonio for setting a franchise record with the most starts by an offensive lineman since 1999. See the pattern here? Stefanski doesn't just hand out game balls because someone had a good game or because they're a rookie making their first start. He reserves them for truly exceptional moments, for record-breaking performances, for achievements that will go down in franchise history. And Myles Garrett breaking the all-time sack record? That's exactly the kind of moment that deserves recognition. This is a guy who's been the heart and soul of Cleveland's defense for years, who's played through injuries, who's been one of the few consistent bright spots even during the darkest seasons. When he breaks a record that stood for decades, you celebrate that. You honor that. There's no conspiracy. There's no sabotage. There's just a coach recognizing greatness when he sees it. Ashley Bastock, another trusted Browns reporter, basically laughed off the entire controversy, calling it a manufactured non-issue. And she's absolutely right. This is a perfect example of how social media has warped our perception of sports. Everything has to be a scandal. Everything has to be some deeper conspiracy. We can't just take things at face value anymore because that doesn't get clicks, that doesn't generate engagement, that doesn't feed the algorithm. Extreme takes get rewarded. Outrage gets amplified. And nuanced, reasonable analysis gets buried under an avalanche of hot takes and conspiracy theories. Think about what this means for Shedeur. This kid is trying to develop as an NFL quarterback, which is already one of the hardest jobs in professional sports. He's studying film, working with coaches, learning a complex system, and trying to earn the respect of his teammates. That's more than enough to deal with. But on top of all that, he's got to navigate this insane social media environment where every single thing he does gets overanalyzed and turned into some kind of referendum on his future. He throws a touchdown? People say he's the next great thing. He throws an incompletion? People say the coaches are setting him up to fail. It's exhausting just watching it from the outside. I can't imagine living it. But here's what should give Browns fans real optimism. Sanders has shown genuine promise in his limited action. His first start was solid. He didn't try to do too much. He took what the defense gave him. He showed poise in the pocket. These are exactly the qualities you want to see from a young quarterback finding his way in this league. And more importantly, the coaching staff is clearly invested in his development. They've been adjusting practice schedules specifically for him. They're running extra film sessions. Stefanski himself has been spending significant one-on-one time helping Sanders learn the nuances of the offense. Does that sound like a coaching staff trying to sabotage their quarterback? Of course not. That's the behavior of an organization that genuinely believes they found their future franchise signal caller, and they're willing to invest the time and resources to help him reach his potential. The real test is coming, though. Next up, the Browns face the San Francisco 49ers, and if you know anything about football, you know that San Francisco's defense is absolutely elite. They're fast, they're physical, and they have a defensive coordinator who will throw every look imaginable at a young quarterback to confuse him and force mistakes. This will be Sanders' second career start, and it's going to be a baptism by fire. But you know what? That's exactly what he needs. You don't develop as a quarterback by playing easy opponents. You develop by facing the best, by getting challenged, by learning what works and what doesn't against top-tier competition. If Sanders can go into that game, stay composed, execute the game plan, and show growth from his first start, that's a massive win regardless of the final score. This whole game ball gate situation, as ridiculous as it sounds, actually reveals something important about where we are as sports fans in 2025. We're so desperate for content, so hungry for drama, that we'll create controversy where none exists. We'll take a routine coaching decision and turn it into a multi-day news cycle questioning someone's competence or motives. And the worst part is that it distracts from the real story, which is that the Browns are building something here. They've got young talent on both sides of the ball. They've got a coaching staff that's committed to development over instant gratification. They've got a defense led by one of the game's all-time greats in Myles Garrett. And they've got a rookie quarterback who's shown enough in limited action to believe he could be the answer they've been searching for at the most important position in football. The patience part is what Browns fans struggle with most, and I get it. We've been patient for decades. We've endured rebuild after rebuild, promising rookie after promising rookie, coaching change after coaching change. At some point, you just want results. You want to see a finished product. But real sustainable success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to develop a quarterback. It takes time to build chemistry. It takes time for young players to learn from their mistakes and grow into difference makers. The Browns organization understands this, even if the fan base sometimes struggles with it. By recognizing Garrett's historic achievement while simultaneously investing heavily in Sanders' development, they're showing they can walk and chew gum at the same time. They can celebrate veteran excellence while nurturing young potential. Look, if you're a Browns fan watching this and you got caught up in the conspiracy theories, I don't blame you. When you've been let down as many times as we have, it's natural to be suspicious, to look for warning signs, to brace yourself for the next disappointment. But sometimes a game ball is just a game ball. Sometimes a coach recognizing a record-breaking performance is exactly what it appears to be. Nothing more, nothing less. The Browns aren't sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. They're building him up, they're supporting his development, and they're giving him every opportunity to succeed. That's what the evidence shows when you actually look at it objectively instead of through the lens of social media outrage. As we move forward through this season, Browns fans need to remember what actually matters. It's not who gets game balls after wins. It's not social media narratives or manufactured controversies. It's about watching this team improve week by week, seeing young players develop, and building towards sustainable success. Sanders has shown he belongs in this league. The defense remains elite. The coaching staff knows what they're doing. And this franchise is finally moving in the right direction after years of chaos and dysfunction. That's the real story here. That's what we should be focused on. So before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you. Do you think this whole game ball controversy was blown way out of proportion? Are you confident in Shedeur Sanders as Cleveland's quarterback of the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because that conversation is just as important as anything I'm saying up here. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, if you appreciate someone cutting through the noise and giving you the real story without the sensationalism, make sure you're subscribed to Browns Breakout and hit that like button. We're building something special here, a community of Browns fans who want actual analysis instead of hot takes and manufactured drama. Share this with your fellow Cleveland fans who need to hear the truth about what's really going on with this team. The Browns are building towards something. Shedeur Sanders is part of that future, and the best is absolutely yet to come. Let's ride this journey together and prove that Cleveland football is back on the rise. See you in the next one.